So this is going to look at the concept of hydraulics. Hydraulics is basically when we're going to use a fluid to produce a mechanical force in a system. And this is basically based on Pascal's principle, which states that the pressure applied anywhere to a fluid is transmitted undiminished in all directions. And what that's going to mean is that if I have a system that holds a fluid, typically your system is going to be represented by two connected containers which hold a fluid. And let's say this container has two movable pistons in them, which these pistons can move up or down. And there's a fluid that connects both of these pistons. Again, this one can move up or down. We'll call this A and we'll call this B. The idea is that the pressure at A is going to be equal to the pressure at B. And anywhere within this fluid, I would have an equal pressure based on my height. So in terms of this, like those two heights would have the same pressure as well. Well, what that would mean is if I were to add an object here of some mass, that's going to cause this piston to move down, and increasing the pressure pushing on this part of the fluid right here. That is then going to increase the pressure at all points throughout the fluid and would actually cause this end of my system to move up. And so what we would say then is that, again, the pressure at A is still going to equal the pressure at B. Setting that up then, based on what pressure is, if pressure is force over area, I could say then that the force at position A over the area of position A is now going to be equal to force at position B over the area at position B. Now, this is only going to work in fluids that are incompressible. Examples of that would be water or oils, something that we're not going to be able to change the amount of volume that is there, so that when we push on this end of the piston, it's not making a smaller amount of water that is in the system because it is incompressible. Unlike things that would be compressible would be like air, where I can change the volume of a gas by adding more pressure to it. I can actually change the volume of that. That's not something that is compressible. Incompressible are typically going to deal with the fluids. And what we'll see is that there's very basic applications that we can use based on this principle, that whatever the pressure is at this point is going to be equal to the pressure at this point.